Hey everyone, I thought I would take to the airwaves again because there was a story that I came across probably about a few days ago, first by a friend of mine who lives in the suburbs here, and then also it went viral across the country. Pretty much CNN, BuzzFeed, and other places carried it. I think the story originated out of Ontario, up in Canada, but either way, it was a really disgusting story that I came across, and I figured I'd get my few cents out there, since probably everyone here knows someone with some sort of disability, either if they're a child or an adult. And I even have one with speaking. Sometimes my speech slurs, and sometimes I misspeak, and sometimes I can't articulate thoughts clearly on a video or just in public. I'm not a great communicator in that regards because of my speaking problems, some of which that's why I stutter sometimes in these videos. And unless I had like notes prepared, which oftentimes impedes my ability to make videos, I usually just wing it. So I mean, this really hits home, that this type of story that I seen out of Ontario, and it's this autistic child. His parents got a letter basically saying that it should be gotten rid of, and basically said all this hate speech in it, like called him the R word, which is retarded, which is I mean, politically correct people don't like using that word, but I mean, so I'm sorry if that was offensive, but that's basically what she said. And I have a little bit, and I think I have the thing. Yeah, I do. I have it's saved on a JPEG, the entire letter in its entirety, and I figured that I mean, while there's a lot of very, very disturbing content in here, I feel I should share it with everyone here in the local area, or people who come across this nationally or worldwide. And I'll just share the entire letter so people could see what a disgusting scumbag this person was. And then after you get about 10 seconds to read the letter, then I will elaborate on it and say my thoughts more in depth. So here's the letter. Feel free to pause if you need to, because I only put it up for about 10 seconds. And it really is a disgusting letter. Now, I know this channel is geared for comedy. That's why I created this channel. Okay, have a good laugh. But when I see something like this, I gotta speak out, and not just on my Facebook page. But I want to make this viral to everybody. That this is disgusting. And I'm not sure, because I haven't read a follow-up on this story. I don't know if they caught this person yet, and I hope to God they did, and I hope this idiot is shamed for what she did and for what she wrote, because there's just no excuse for that. And then not only did she go on this diatribe, writing this hateful speech about an autistic child who can't help it, by the way. I mean, because this person obviously is mentally handicapped in a way, okay? And therefore, and I don't know how bad it is, but sometimes it is a very severe case that this is what happens. And this person is basically saying that, how dare you come into this neighborhood with this child? And then she goes on this diatribe. And then what's worst, the worst part of this letter is not the hate coming from this person when she spills it out onto that paper. No, it's not the hate. The hate's bad enough. But the hate isn't the worst part. The worst part is she hides behind this like a cowardly bitch, and she doesn't even sign her name at the end of this letter. And I said it on Facebook, and I'll say it on here. I have a big problem with that. If you're going to promote hate speech, if you're going to do anything like write letters or no. You shouldn't be able to hide behind some letter and sign your name anonymously, because that's ridiculous, okay? And that shows you are a coward. Okay? If I consider this person a bigot, by the way, okay, and bigots are the same, okay? Racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, you name it, they're all bigots. And this woman's a bigot. And the thing I hate worse than bigots are cowardly bigots. If you have something to say, then you better say it, and you better be open about it, and not hide behind some anonymous name. Because to do so is ridiculous. That's what really gets me fired up in this. Like, if you're a racist, say it. Don't just hide behind something and hide behind some code speech. Come out and say, I'm a racist. Or come out and say, I hate autistic children, in the case of this idiot. And that's what really gets me. And that part of the story has been really largely ignored through all of this, okay? Because obviously you focus on the content of what this moron said. And rightly so, too, because this was just terrible. But then to do it and then to do it without even saying who you are, that bugs me. I don't know about any of you, but I find that pussy. I find that being a pussy. If you have something to say, then come out and say it. Not to get political on this channel, because I obviously plead that I'm a biased person here, being a liberal and all, voting for President Obama twice. But I have a feeling that most, well, maybe not most, but I'd say I don't know, but there's a chunk of supporters out there that hate him just because he's black. But then those same people go on the forums and accuse people like me who call him out on it as being race baiters, as playing the race card, or all this other crap. Okay, but we all know they're racist, and we know who we're talking about. We're talking about some of the morons who throw these conspiracy theories out there to say he was born in Kenya and all this other stuff, all this birther stuff. That's just an example, okay? They're racist because we know he produced his birth certificate right before the Bin Laden raid, by the way, which W failed to do, but getting off point. He produced his birth certificate, but yet there are still some people out there that say he's not born in America. And at this point, if you believe that, then you're a racist. And you should stop hiding behind that little birther, that cute little birther crap, and come on out and say, I am a racist. Same with Donald Trump, Mr. I get along with the blacks. What kind of comment's that? Same deal. Come on out and say it. That's what I gotta say. And it's the same with any other group. Like, a woman should be at home baking. Come out and say you're a sexist. Okay? Or if you use the term, the F-A, you know what, and just say you're a homophobe. Come on now. I hate cowards, and I hate them with a passion. It's one thing to be bigoted, which I'm not a fan of bigotry either. So let's face it, I'm a politically correct person. But what I hate worse than political incorrectness is a coward hiding behind political incorrectness, and that's my point of this entire rant. And I hope to God that we expose this person if we haven't already. I don't know. If we have, link me a story or tell me that we have, because I haven't seen any follow-ups lately on this story. I just wanted to focus on the letter here, which I came across on Facebook a few days ago. It's just disgusting. It's terrible, and I hate bigotry in any form. And I hate people who are cowards about it. It's terrible. And that's all I have to say on this note. Feel free to post your comments, but again, like I said, this is usually a fun channel, but in this case, I just had to come out and say this because, like I said, I knew people who were mentally handicapped. I was considered mentally handicapped because I have a speech problem. And it just strikes a chord with me when you have a coward pussy write this hateful letter about an autistic child and can't even have the courage to come on out and sign her name at the end of a paper. That's just ridiculous. That's just stupid. And like I said, I hope she gets caught for it. I really do. And therefore, on that note, I'm ending this video, and hope all of you have a very good weekend. I'll have more videos coming at you. I'll have more comedy videos coming at you as soon as my library is completely filled, which it will be soon. But until then, have a great weekend.